How you doing, guys? We are finally back with another Jurassic Park video. I've been looking forward to this video for a long time, so let's get straight into it. Today we'll be using the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 and putting it up against the Indominus Rex during Jurassic World. So if you're excited, please like and subscribe. Check out my Star Wars channel as well, please. To any of my Game of Thrones fans watching, if the first part of my What If Robb Stark Survived video gets 30,000 views before New Year's, then one of my first videos of next year will be part 3. The first category we have today is overall build. The Spinosaurus is 44.3 feet or 13.5 meters long. It is 18 feet or 5.5 meters tall and weighs 8 US tons or 7.26 metric tons. It's very big and has a very large sail, which is very durable. It's tall and has a long tail and long arms. It also has very long legs as well. It doesn't have much armor, but it's pretty heavily built. The Indominus Rex is 43 feet or 13.1 meters long. It is 5.4 meters or 17.7 feet tall. It either weighs 6 or 8 tons. Sources vary, but I believe 8 US tons or 7.26 metric tons makes more sense. It has long arms, long legs, and is very large. It is covered in armor like osteoderms, which give it protection. This was a tough one to choose. The Spino has a size advantage, but because of its more well-balanced build, I'm giving overall build to the Indominus Rex. The second category we have is agility and speed. Spino is outmaneuvered by the T-Rex we see it fight, and receives multiple attacks. Surprisingly, the Spino could run 27 miles per hour, which is about 43.45 miles per hour. But it definitely can't accelerate quickly because of its size. And in the forest, it is too big to run quickly. The Indominus was very agile when hunting humans, and it swiftly killed each person when it was confronted by a group of armed guards. The Indominus Rex can run up to 30 miles per hour, which is 48.28 kilometers per hour. Agility and speed go to the Indominus Rex. Next up is strength. The Spinosaurus easily rolls around the dismantled plane before it causes more damage to it itself, easily tearing it apart. The Spino also crushes the plane just by stepping on it with one foot. It easily breaks through a metal fence that was probably over 20 feet tall. It couldn't break through the door in the building that the main character's hidden, but that door was low to the ground for the Spino, and it was made of metal, and had like 5 different locks on it, so it's understandable. It was able to shake the huge boat the main characters were on, and it pulled the cage off of the boat while it had 4 people in it without much difficulty. The Indominus Rex was able to prevent its massive enclosure door from closing and breaking. It wasn't an easy task though. The Indominus easily threw a truck. It ripped large metal beams off of the treehouse in Camp Cretaceous without hesitation. It could throw people very far. It easily broke through the roof of a building. It killed dozens of apatosaurs and flipped over an ankylosaurus. It even broke through the bulletproof glass of a gyrosphere with both its claws and jaws. It is even able to throw Rexy around. But the Spino was thrown around less by the T-Rex it fought compared to the Indominus. This was a close call, but strength goes to the Spinosaurus because of how easily it overpowered a T-Rex. Now, onto one of the most important categories, overall intelligence and battle IQ. The Spinosaurus doesn't show too much intelligence outside of battle. It's able to figure out good ways to hunt, like feeling for prey in the water with its snout and arms. It also was able to find an efficient way to defeat a T-Rex. The Spino being so vengeful is also a sign of intelligence. Intelligent animals, especially predators, are known to do this. Animals from tigers to camels or octopi. The Indominus Rex is able to outsmart people on numerous occasions. It is able to use every part of its body to suit its best needs at the moment. It was intelligent enough to team up with raptors. It was able to figure out how to kill an ankylosaurus and defeat Rexy. Overall intelligence goes to the Indominus Rex, and battle IQ is a close call, but it will go to the Indominus Rex. This next category is a fun one, bite efficiency. The Spino has very long and large jaws, and its bite did cause the T-Rex it fought some pain, and it drew some blood. But its bite isn't very notable. The Indominus is mostly T-Rex and raptor. Because of the T-Rex part of it, it has an inherently strong bite. It's larger than the T-Rex, but its teeth aren't as well adapted to crushing bone, but are effective at cutting flesh. Its bite wounds Rexy a considerable amount. Bite efficiency goes to the Indominus Rex. Now let's discuss both opponents' terrain adaptability. The Spino was able to swim well and could fight in the open or in the forest. It did have a harder time maneuvering through the forest than the main characters did. for obvious reasons. We don't see the Indominus Rex in too many environments, but it fought well in the forest and in an open area. It killed numerous apatosaurs, and on Main Street, it killed multiple raptors and fought Rexy. The Indominus Rex has camouflage, but in many environments it won't be much of a use. Both dinosaurs can move on 2 or 4 legs effectively. Adaptability is a close call, but it goes to the Spinosaurus. Next up is other weaponry and abilities. Mainly, we'll be discussing their arms and claws. The Spino has long arms, which are very strong. It also has very long and sharp, curved claws, which can do a lot of damage if used. It also, like most theropods, has long claws on its feet, which could injure an opponent who's already on the ground. The Indominus Rex has 4 fingers, all of which have long, sharp, curved claws, one of which is a thumb. It has 2 brow horns that could be useful when headbutting. The Indominus also has sharp claws on its feet, like the Spino does. It, like the Spino, has a strong tail that can be used as a weapon. Fairly tough choice, but I'm giving this category to the Indominus because its claws are even more deadly than the Spinosaurus's. Now we'll figure out how long they can last. Let's talk about durability and stamina. The Spinosaurus took a hit from a Beechcraft Super King Air 200, which is an almost 44 foot or 13.34 meter long plane, and it was going very fast. I'm not sure how fast, but it was probably going at least 40 miles per hour or 64.4 kilometers per hour. And after it took this hit that would devastate most animals and even most dinosaurs, it went on a dedicated hunt for the culprits. Like 20 minutes later, the Spino takes a bite to the neck from a T-Rex near its prime. It shrugs off the other hits taken. It hunts the main characters of Jurassic Park 3 all over the island for a day, walking many miles just for revenge. The Indominus Rex takes gunshots and withstands being tased. It withstands an indirect shot from a rocket launcher. It withstood many scratches and bites from multiple raptors, and even takes some bites from Rexy. I mean, it even didn't die immediately from the Mosasaurus bite. Its osteoderms are immensely durable. It was either hunting or being hunted the whole day and went on a killing spree, and it took down all kinds of dinos. In Cape Cretaceous, it even took down a Brachiosaurus, I believe. But it was more wounded by the T-Rex's bite than the Spino was. Stamina goes to the Indominus, and a close call, but durability goes to the Spinosaurus. The final category is battle experience and fighting ability. The Spinosaurus defeats a Rex that is near its prime. It was 40 feet long, which is 12 meters, and it was 16.4 feet or 5 meters tall. It was still growing, but it's about the size of other Rexes in the Jurassic Park franchise. The Spinosaurus actively hunted Rexes and other apex predators. We can figure this out from this line.
T-Rex scares some of the smaller ones away, but it tracks one really big one with a fin.
Unlike the Indominus, the Spinosaurus lived in the wild its whole life, until around the time of Camp Cretaceous, as far as we know. My point is, it faced competition daily, and hunted its own food, and fought off predators when it was young, and survived to become an adult. And even though the T-Rex pair from the Lost World do end up living, I think it's worth noting they never killed the Spinosaurus, even when they shared an island for decades. But they were on different parts of the island, I'll just say that, just to be fair. The Indominus Rex, prior to being let loose, had no fighting experience besides eating and hunting pigs and killing its sibling. It went on a killing spree, and it would have possibly decimated the whole island if it wasn't stopped. It killed many herbivores, like brachiosaurs, ankylosaurs, apatosaurs, and it killed multiple velociraptors. It even took on Rexy and Blue at the same time. It beat Rexy one-on-one. The Indominus Rex did struggle to beat Rexy, even though this was the weakest we've ever seen Rexy. At this point, Rexy was very old and had already almost lived a real-life T-Rex's lifespan, and she aged quicker than real Rexes do because Jurassic Park's dinos have sped up aging, and she was caged and couldn't exercise, so she lost muscle and became very skinny. The Indominus was attacked by dozens of armed people. Experience goes to the Spino, and fighting ability was a tough choice, but it also goes to the Spino. Let's recap and set up this fight. Overall build, agility, speed, overall intelligence, battle IQ, bite efficiency, stamina, and other weaponry and abilities all go to the Indominus Rex. Strength, terrain adaptability, durability, experience, and fighting ability go to the Spinosaurus. The Indominus wins 8 categories and the Spino wins 5. Both dinos are very aggressive, but the Spino is a bit bigger. Let's set up this fight. It will take place in Biosyn Valley, in the forest swamp domain. We'll take the Spino fresh from just after JP3, and the Indominus fresh, just before the final fight of the movie. The Spinosaurus is drinking water from the swamp when it smells something. It looks around the forest but sees nothing. It hears some movement though. The Indominus Rex runs at Spino, revealing itself. It scratches Spino's head and neck. The Indominus bites the Spino's neck and throws it into a tree, causing it to land on all fours. The Indominus bites the Spino's sail, and the Spinosaurus roars in pain. The Spino scratches the Indominus' stomach, and it roars in pain as its blood spills. The Spino rams into the Indominus, knocking it over. The Indominus scratches the Spino's face, then headbutts the Spino. The Indominus bites the Spino's neck while scratching its abdomen. It thrashes his head around, and the Spino roars in pain. The Spino again scratches the Indominus Rex. This time, its chest is cut. The Indominus lets go, and the Spino scratches its face, so the Indominus scratches it back. They go back and forth, each hit drawing more blood than the last. Then the Indominus headbutts the Spino and scratches its head and bites onto its leg, not letting go. The Spino tries to shake itself free, to no avail, so it falls over onto the Indominus. It gets up, but the Indominus spins and trips the Spino with its tail. The Indominus goes down to all fours as the Spino recovers. The Spino runs toward the Indominus, roaring. Then, the Indominus pounces and bites the underside of the Spino's neck. The Indominus doesn't let go, and it uses all of the power it can muster. The Spino shrieks in pain. The Spino begins to dizzy from the blood loss. The Indominus continues clamping down on the Spino's neck, so the Spino scratches the Indominus' leg with its foot claw, before scratching the Indominus' eye. The Indominus shrieks and roars in pain. The Spino breathes heavily before biting the Indominus' neck. It holds onto its neck, then it holds it with its arms. With an electrifying crack, it breaks the Indominus' neck. Soon after, the Spino would die from its wounds. The Spinosaurus wins. Even though it dies in the process, I believe the Spino's fighting experience would give it the edge in this fight, as it cohabited with other big theropods, unlike the Indominus. I think the Indominus was the more deadly creature by design, but the Spino was the better fighter. If the Indominus was raised in the wild, then maybe this fight would have turned out differently. Now I think the Spino during Camp Cretaceous would be even a fully grown Indominus, as during Jurassic World and Jurassic Park 3, neither dino is fully grown yet. In the old continuity, I'm pretty sure the Spino is 60 feet long, and I don't care what you say, that Spino dunks on any Indominus, period. I hope you all enjoyed this Jurassic Park video. I would love to make more for you all soon. I'd love to make a video on a realistic T-Rex versus the Indominus Rex. Check out my other channel, or my versus playlist, to see my other 2 Jurassic Park versus videos. I want to branch out and start doing more content, so please comment and tell me what you guys are interested in seeing. Now picture this with me. Imagine if this video's fight was animated. That could happen. I just need to get monetized and grow my channel a lot. So consider checking out my other videos as well, please. I mean, hey, like, think about this. Even a 2D animated versus, that'd be fire. Imagine if I had like 10 mil subs. Imagine like a cinematic level quality animation for a versus video. That would be awesome. Anyways, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
It attracts the one with the big sail.